Hey, GEO 132. Hope you're doing good. We got a new lab this week. A lot of these labs are a little glitchy. I hope you saw the announcement. It's okay to skip the fossil section for now until I get a call back from the publisher about where the fossils worksheet is. Um, so that was sent out in notifications. But I do expect you to complete the natural selection section of the lab. Please read over the exploration. But if you've taken, I know a lot of our students in this class, this is an elective and they're actually biology majors, allied health and biological sciences, and they're just taking this as a science elective, which is great. Welcome aboard. Um, but let's go ahead. But if you're not a biology, if you're a biology major and you've taken genetics, you've seen something like this, and it's probably pretty intuitive. If you're a physical science or computer science or some other kind of major and you haven't done a lot of work in natural selection, the directions are going to look a little kooky to you, okay? And that's okay. So first of all, I'm just going to give you the warning that when the habitats print, it's okay to print them in black and white. And I already wrote the publisher about this and a couple other things with this lab, but they made them a weird size. They made them 13 by 16, which doesn't make any sense. I said it'd be much better if the habitats were 8.5 by 11 and would fit in, but it's okay to print it. The big thing, both in grayscale and if a little bit's cut off of it, that doesn't matter, okay? All we need is that the yellow habitat has more yellow space, in this case, light gray space. The blue habitat has more blue space. As long as you have that, that's okay. Everything else is okay. So the first step is that you're going to need to count out 50 blue beads and 50 yellow beads. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You will have leftover beads. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Ah. 2, 4, 6, 7. Well, I lost the bead. 10. Ah. Okay, so that's 50 beads, 50 blue beads. Woo. Or about half the bag. Woo. Into my population jar. This is my population jar. Doesn't have to be a beaker, can be anything. And these are now future generations of blue seeds. This is the current generation of blue beads. This is a future generation of blue beads. There we go. Now we have my yellow beads. So 10. Watch these zooms for just comedy. 20. Okay, 7. 8, 9, 1 more, 10, 30. 7, 40. 50. So now I have my blue and yellow beads. This is the current generation. This is a future generation of yellow beads. So these yellow beads are going to go off to the side. These blue beads and these yellow beads, off they go to reproduce later. And I'm going to start with my yellow habitat. I'm going to shake it up and I'm going to try to do it as randomly as possible. If it falls off the edge, it's going to fall off the edge. Do not want to do this where you have like small children, or you're going to have people, you're going to have your toddler eating beads, is basically. So I've just shaken it out on my yellow habitat. It looks like this. You see, I got a few on the side. I'm just going to try and sprinkle randomly. And these ones on the edge over here, I'm just going to tap them so they're, put that one there, that one there. Okay. So now they're randomly distributed. See that? They're randomly distributed. Now what am I going to do? Well, yellow beads belong in the yellow habitat. Blue beads belong in the blue habitat. So if you see someone in a habitat where they don't belong, they're dead. I know, that's brutal, but that is nature. So we go back over here. I'm trying to hold my camera steady. So that's a blue bead, he belongs. But these yellow beads on the blue territory, bye-bye, yellow bead. Bye-bye, you don't belong on blue yellow bead. Go away, little yellow bead. We're gonna see he's in the right spot. Bye-bye, yellow bead. You don't belong in that blue land. Bye-bye. 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 Really hard to pick them up without moving the other beads. That is a challenge. Okay, so now you can see that all my blue territories don't have any yellow on them. Now this is, remember the light gray represents yellow. I'm gonna get rid of my blue beads that are in, because they don't belong in yellow land. You die off, you die off, you die off. Blah. Sorry, blue bead, you don't belong here. It doesn't have what you need, blue bead. Doesn't have what you need, blue bead. You're dying off. You failed to reproduce. You failed to reproduce. You can just do failure to reproduce if it bothers you that they're dying, because that's really all that matters for evolution. It's like, who gets to reproduce? If you don't reproduce, you don't count. Or if you reproduce something that cannot reproduce, you don't count anymore. That is the nature. That is the nature of the brutality of natural selection. Okay. Now you can see, ooh, that blue bead. All right. So what do we see? We see the blue habitats only have blue on them, and the yellow habitats only have yellow on them. I can see that there's a lot more, because there's more yellow habitat there's a lot more yellow beads. I can also see that in my death jar, a lot more of my blue beads died off. That's my death jar. All right. Now, what do we do? According to, this is where the lab gets like a little funky. I'm going to share my screen briefly so you can see what the lab actually says, and I'll help interpret it for you. So, count the number of blue beads and number of yellow beads and blue beads remaining in the habitat sheet and record them in the ending distribution column of generation 1. So that's the end of this first generation. We ask how many blue beads do we have and how many yellow beads do we have? Then we place these beads back into the current generation cup. It may help. I was looking for a plastic cup I could write on. I did not find one. But it may help to label this as alive and this one as dead. Alive, dead. Okay, so don't put your beads back in the alive jar. Okay, put your beads, or I'm sorry, don't put your alive beads in your dead jar. Put them in your alive jar. So this is my alive jar. It's empty right now. So who's alive? Let's count out our yellow beads. So I have 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'll get out of screen share. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25. I'm scooping them up in groups now because this is taking too long. 30. So I have 33 yellow beads. So I'm going to write that down somewhere. Where can I write it down? I will write it down. You write it down. You're going to write it down in the area that they have provided for you in the data table. I am just going to use this note card where I told myself to give Ellie for professional development or administrative professionals. Remind me to give my secretary a little something. So I am going to put down, I'm going to record that I have yellow 33. So I have 33 yellow. Now I'm going to count my blue. I'm going to put them back in my alive jar because these are the blues that survive. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 blue. So blue, I have 18. So I have blue, 18 blue. Notice I have a lot less blue because there's a lot less blue habitat. I have a lot less blue. Now this is the part that makes, that's difficult. Like the way that they phrase it is not great. Or if you've never done anything like this, it's not clear because it's like, just not, it's just foreign. It's foreign territory for a lot of students. So it says multiply each bead color by 2 and record this number in repopulated distribution in the generation and put the same number of beads shown in the population redistribution column in the cup. That's super confusing. Let's talk about it. They're gonna make babies. Yellow beads make yellow babies. Blue beads make blue babies. So for every yellow bead, we're going to have a yellow bead baby. And for every blue bead, we're going to have a blue bead baby. So I'm going to do the ×2 column. So I need 66 and 36. I need 66 yellow beads and 36 blue beads. Now, if you put them back already in the alive cup, Don't now put 66 beads in there. You won't even have enough beads. Okay? You need to add 30. If you have it in the Alive cup, I now need to add 33 yellow beads to have 66 in the cup and 18 blue beads to make 18 in the cup or 36 in the cup. Okay? Does that make sense? So we're not adding 66 beads. We're adding 33 beads to the Alive cup to bring it to 66. And we're adding 18 blue beads to bring it to 36. So I'm going to do that right now. It's okay to steal from your dead jar. I'm stealing from it now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 blue beads. Me too. 24, 26, 28, 30, 33. So now I'm adding 33 yellow beads. So my total yellow beads is 66. And my total blue beads is 36. Okay, so I have a lot of beads in here. So I'm going to shuffle them up again. I'm going to spill it out. Did I lose a bead? I feel like I lost a bead. Am I sitting on a bead? I am sitting on a bead. Okay. Okay. So now I shook up my Alive jar. 66 yellow beads, 36 blue beads for a total of 102 beads. So I shook up my 102 beads. I dumped them out. And now I have it here. See how that looks with the yellow? And then I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to pick them out, separate them out, put the dead ones in the territory, the ones that are in the habitats where they don't belong, like the blue and the yellow, they go into the death jar. In the yellow and the blue, they go into the death jar. And I do that again. And I do that 3 times, it says. Or until I run out of beads. If you run out of beads, because I'm getting low on yellow fast. So if you run out of beads, don't worry about it. You just leave that, leave that, just use the number of beads that you have, okay? So you just do that whole process for a total of 3 times, okay, for the yellow habitat. You then turn around and do exactly the same thing that you just did for the yellow habitat in the blue habitat. Because if you notice, we have a mass extinction. All of them are going. Okay. Like that. There we go. If you notice the two habitats. On the blue habitat, there's a lot more blue space. And on the yellow habitat, there's a lot more yellow space. So you're going to have different results depending. And once again, notice that mine didn't print well either. It doesn't matter. As long as your yellow has more yellow space and your blue has more blue space, it's not going to matter. So there you go. So that's how you do that portion of the lab. Like I said, I'm waiting for the publisher to hear back about where the heck that worksheet is. Each lab seems to be missing a piece of the puzzle. I just had to have, or not each, but like a lot of them, more than is acceptable for how expensive that package was. So I'm just waiting to hear back on that. It happened with my earthquake lab in GEO 110. There was no earthquake file. It happened in the minerals lab for everyone that they didn't have a mineral identification chart. Like, there's just been lots of little glitches. So hopefully they'll email that back. Once I have that posted and available, then that will be a required section, but get it done fast. And I won't, if you turn it in and you don't have a fossils worksheet, just turn it in, okay? I'm not going to make you wait because I don't know what your schedule looks like. That's it for, I will also do a fossils video when the fossils worksheet shows up. And if you have any questions, I have to get to a training on bright space. Not literally on, it's teaching me more about bright space and how to use it. But remember, I'm always here. I'm here to help. Just because we're online doesn't make me not your professor. You are completely welcome to my office hours. You are completely welcome to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. Those are good nights to set up a Zoom if you work during the day. I'm happy to meet with you at night. I want as many A's as possible in this class, but I can't just give those out for free, right? I want you to get an A, but I can't just hand you an A. That would be morally bankrupt as a professor. But I want everyone to earn an A in this class, and I'm willing to help you do that, okay? So don't be afraid to reach out. I'm always here to help. And I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.